Now, welcome to another news from Naboo with Thor's lightning takes, as usual. And let's get right to the news.
Okay. First up, we've got official Kenobi Promo Art featuring a duel between Vader and my boy Kenobes. The color palette looks very similar to Revenge of the Sith, focusing on that like oranges and blue.
They wouldn't want to try to harken back to that, would they?
No, why harken back to the last time those two fought?
Nostalgia and member berries? Nah, they wouldn't do that.
Of course, the center focus of this art panel here is that they are raising their sabers to each other, about to clash. The photo made its way online because it seems to be the art for an in-store end cap display, meaning, of course, that merchandise will be coming eventually soon.
Right?
I'm going to say May the 4th could be a really great day to reveal just a little bit of merch, maybe another teaser. I mean, nothing too spoilery, of course, but, I mean, they'll just reprint you some cheap saber toys for Vader.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get all... Yeah, I think May the 4th is a good, perfect time. You got a few weeks to go before the show, so just enough time to get the reveals out there, get people even more hyped to go buy the stuff, of course. Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll get some Black Series and Vintage Collection reveals for the show.
I mean, how hard is it to give us another new Kenobi? All they have to do is make us another new head.
Yeah, well, hopefully they go a little bit above that. Hopefully. But no, a new Kenobi, probably, the new Inquisitor, probably a new Darth Vader. I mean, why not? He's just pretty... I mean, when I say new, it's like the same Darth Vader, but maybe they kind of sculpt a few things a little differently to make it feel like it's a new sculpt.
Mm.
But I'm sure we'll get plenty of, some Stormtroopers. You could re-release the new Stormtrooper. I think that would be a cool idea.
People would like that. Yeah,
so certainly a lot of things we could be seeing really soon, and why not take advantage of what is arguably the biggest, Star Wars release since the sequel trilogy, I'd say. I know Mandalorian and a lot of other things were hyped, but this is a whole other level, I think.
Well, let's move on then with more Kenobi news.
Oh, Kenobes is the man today.
So as we talked about the other day, we were speculating on the composer. Natalie Holt has been officially confirmed as the composer for Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, cool.
I know, it's interesting. She did an interview with Vanity Fair and had some really interesting things to say about the score. First off, she's actually performing with the orchestra as well. She didn't just score it, she's actually performing in the soundtrack.
Is that legal? Will she make it legal?
It's probably fine.
I'm sure it is.
She's going to be singing, performing with the viola and the violin. She also goes on to tell us more about John Williams' role.
Ooh, okay.
She says, apparently he actually approached Lucasfilm saying that he wanted to do the theme for Kenobi. It's the only legacy character he didn't do, and of course, how do you say no to that?
He doesn't have a theme. Obi-Wan doesn't have a theme?
No, Obi-Wan didn't have a theme. I mean, he wasn't around very long.
In the prequels, he was. He didn't do a prequel theme for Kenobi?
I guess not.
Wow.
But he did not do a theme for a legacy theme, and he wanted to do it. Of course, they said, absolutely.
Can you imagine? Yeah. What are you going to say, no? Mm-hmm. I mean, not only is it John Williams, but you can throw that out there. Oh, John Williams is doing the theme for Kenobi. Like, of course.
Mm-hmm. Holt tells us that his theme embodies the spirit of the show entirely. It's reflective and entirely appropriate. Wistful, but with an element of hope to it. She used this theme as the tent pole before adding her own sound to the music, which is wonderful to hear.
So is she going... I mean, I'm curious if she's going to go for a more Williams tone, because clearly
Book
of Boba Fett...
she's doing everything. It's
kind of disappoints me.
No, I think this is going to be really good. Apparently there's multiple different planets we're going to go to, not just the Hong Kong-esque Dio, but she wants to embody different sounds for these different planets.
Well, I'm okay
using
with that.
Traditional Chinese instruments as part of the Dio theme, combined with some New Age stuff, because of, obviously the place looks like a bright neon paradise.
I don't know about a paradise, but...
Well, bright and neon for sure then. So she wants distinctive themes for distinctive planets, and she also did this dark side music, where she said that she also uses a hunting horn, and it kind of gives you the chills when you hear it.
We shall see.
I know. So I can't wait to hear what she's bringing to the table and to hear that theme from Williams himself.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind it to be a little William-esque, considering that it's Kenobi. It's a real, we're really focusing on the original trilogy and prequel trilogy character, a classic Skywalker saga character. And I don't have a problem with, the Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett doing their own things, but I would really like Kenobi to have a little more Williams in there. Well, that's just a personal preference.
I understand that, but he's only doing the theme. So it'll be in there, but there's also going to be different, new music.
Well, that's fine.
New sounds.
That's fine. I mean, even Williams himself, there's obviously differences, even though a lot of what he does is recognizable, for sure.
What if he made Kenobi's theme really?
Well, I hope it's epic. I mean, obviously, I hope it is, his, I don't know about finest piece ever. That's saying a lot, but I hope it's right up there with some of the greats of Star Wars. One of my biggest gripes, well, maybe not my biggest gripes with the sequels, but one of my things I really wish the sequels didn't, I don't know that they nailed the music as well as the prequels and original trilogy.
All right, are you ready to continue on?
I think so.
All right, so the Acolyte rumored casting describes 2 new characters and should start filming in October. The Illuminerdi, who previously broke the news that Amandla Sternberg was cast as the lead character in the series, codenamed Aura, returns to us with details on 2 other characters. Paul is a white male, 50 years old. The role is described as a series regular, but only needed for 1 season.
That means he dies, okay. Spoiler alert.
The second character is Miri, a black female, 8 to 10 years old. The role is described as a lead guest star, with Lucasfilm possibly looking for identical twins to portray the character. Alright, so what these listings mean.
Nothing.
Obviously...
Speculation, that's what I mean. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, if you want to speculate off of speculation, it makes us think that they're obviously planning a multi-season show.
Okay.
If they're saying he's going to be around for 1 season, they are limiting that one actor. As for casting twins, this could simply be due to legal restrictions on how long child actors can film per day, like in Full House. Little is known about the Acolyte, aside from the basics that indicate the show will be a mystery thriller that will take us into a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era, a period of time that is believed to have ended 50 years before the events of the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, around the time of Plagueis.
So we could see the rise
Tenebris
of Plagueis.
Could. I mean, that would be pretty cool. I mean, I don't know what to think of this, because we have the High Republic, which had its Phase 1 wrapped up, just recently, and its Phase 2 is going back even further, and now we have this show, which I'm assuming, maybe next October, next Christmas area, maybe a year for production time.
We'll see.
Is that when Phase 2 is going to be done, and then Phase 3 goes into the same time period? Is it all going to line up? And how much is it going to rely on knowledge? I mean, it's all books and comics right now with the High Republic era. A lot of people not reading it, which, that's up to you. So how intertwined is it going to be with the rest of the High Republic? Is it just kind of going to be its own show that has loose connections? Or is it going to really, be the culmination of the whole series? Which, again, not a lot of people, I wouldn't say not a lot of people, but a lot of people clearly not reading it and keeping up with it. So, what's the idea here? I'm really curious.
Last story up today, Star Wars Celebration is giving us more guests. Kelly Marie Tran, who played Rose Tico, and Billie Lourd, who played Lieutenant Connix, and is, of course, also the daughter of the late Carrie Fisher, are both going to be at Celebration this year. No word on what panels, if any, they will be attending, or if they're just going to perhaps do photo signing ops. But tickets are still available for Celebration, but only on Thursday or Sunday if you're planning on attending.
So not the big days. Friday and Saturday tend to be the big days. So.
Absolutely, yeah. So the small days are left. Unless you're a child, you can go any day you want, apparently. 6 to 12-year-olds.
Well, I can certainly act that age, so.
Oh, they'd believe you.
They would. They take one look at me and be like, yep.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got the mentality of a child. Let him in. Move along.
I'm happy that Billie Lourd is actually carrying on her mother's legacy.
No, I think that's great. I hope she gets, and unfortunately she's kind of a side character. She didn't really play like a...
Well, she did also play a younger version of her mother.
True.
In one scene.
Which,
if they wanted to maybe do another series with the younger cast, she could definitely play a younger version of her mother.
I guess so. But no, great to see that the list of guests is growing.
Absolutely. I'm really hoping that we get a lot of news, though, on new projects.
Yeah, as we keep saying, I want some kind of... game plan, something big to come out of Celebration, something that we're not expecting. Whether that's a new movie announcement or a series that maybe blows us away, something a little unexpected, please. Well, I think that's all we've got for you this time. Now it's your turn to take to the comments below. Tell us what you think about any and all of this news. And so, let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.